right, welcome back to Monday Mukbang. Today we are eating vegan pizza. So we've got 3 different pizzas here today. Actually, we got a lot of food here today. We do have a Daya Cheese Lovers, a American Flatbread, Vegan Harvest, and then an American Flatbread Farmer's Tomato Pie. So John's eating the tomato pie, and then to top that, he added some Tex-Mex jackfruit from the Jackfruit Company. They put that on top of his pizza. We've also got some chips and some salsa here. We've got another container of jackfruit here that Neil's putting on his pizza.
That was warmed in the microwave.
So yeah, so this is gonna be our meal for today.
And mainly, my mother's eating the Daya one, and I'm eating the
I've had the Vegan Harvest American Flatbread one before. That's pretty good too. I probably will have a piece of that.
She doesn't know if she's going to eat any jackfruit.
I'm probably not going to eat any jackfruit. I don't like pulled pork. I don't really need to taste jackfruit. But we've done a taste test on jackfruit before though.
Do you want a middle piece or an end? To save.
This one right here.
Okay. I was gonna say that one. The middle ones I cut very big.
Okay. So what we're going to talk about today, I got my 2 pieces of pizza here,
Is our
biggest successes in life. The things that we're the most proud of, the most happy that we accomplished. So I'm going to grab a napkin real quick. Oh, John beat me to it. Thank you. You want one?
Sure.
Do you want one?
Yeah, why not?
So I guess it's a paper towel, not a napkin. But
Thank you kindly.
anyhow, we're going to talk about our biggest successes in life. And I think we have a lot to be happy and proud of in the different things we've succeeded in. I've got crumbs all over me and we just started.
Have you eaten anything?
No, I haven't eaten anything yet.
Oh my.
You going to start, Neil?
Sure, why not? I'm gonna go first with, there's a couple things I think we all, particularly in our own lines, are successful for, and I'll start off with one of them.
Really good. This is the American Flatbread Vegan Harvest.
And I'll go with a quick one is being published. Because my mother and I and my father have been to varying writing conferences and writing classes. One we specifically went down to in Maryland that was sort of split with one side of it being adults and one side of it being kids. The very first teenagers. The first year I ever went, because we went to it twice. The first year we went, we were allowed to submit short story or work or poetry or work of some kind that met their standards of being published in their own journal of sorts or newsletter. And although it was kind of like we accept all work, I felt especially proud in the fact that I was able to finish and accomplish something that I could turn in and get published.
Well, and during the conference, they worked with you to edit it and make it better.
Mm-hmm. So
this is very good. I've had this for what I ate a day before. I actually really like this.
that's one of my accomplishments. I don't know. Do you want me to say all of them, or do you want to space them out?
Talking.
I would say probably the other thing one of my successes is probably my first job. Specifically not because of gaining my first job, just more of its effect it had. Because the first job I ever had it's still a job I wish I could have kept. Sadly, the place I worked at had closed, and that's why I was unemployed as a cause for my unemployment from the place. But it's not more of getting the job that made me proud, it's doing the job that made me proud of it, or made me feel that it was success. It was a success because it really gave me a look at sort of tampered with what I wanted to do in life a little bit, and also how I perceived going through life, because through that job I met a number of different people, worked with a number of different people, some as probably my mother would say bad, on good terms, bad influences, and some of them good influences. But overall, most of the people that worked there I just had a fun time interacting with, and they definitely had given me a new life on how to perceive and go through my continuing lifestyle. So I'd say that's another success. I would probably have to think of a little bit more, but those two at the moment I would say are my biggest successes. Just how that job affected me and just made me realize what in my life is happening, and also being published. Even though at the moment I haven't really written or completed any works. I am still trying. I do still write here and there, but it's just at this moment with some of the stuff that's on my plate, I just haven't really gotten the time to sit down and write anything huge. So I would say that those two, as for right now, in this video, is my biggest accomplishments or success stories, I would say.
You know, you want to hand me those crusts.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, in case you're interested, I really like the Vegan Harvest American flatbread. It's very good. If you can find it in your store, check it out. The Daya is not bad, but the sauce on the Daya is sweeter. Did you taste that?
Yeah, I think that one's better. I like the Daya better.
Oh, I like the Vegan Harvest one better. The American flatbread better. Because this is sweeter, and I'm not real wild about like sweet sauces, and I think it's very sweet.
Just out of curiosity, just to show you guys, I only have one piece left of mine.
Well, you only cut it in 4.
I only cut it in 4s. The jackfruit, I think it's delicious.
Do you want more?
Sure.
Okay.
No one's gonna eat it. I definitely do not want it to go to waste.
I've been eating it here now.
I know, that's fine. I'll throw it in with my salsa and mix it up and eat it on the chips. I'd say my biggest success is quite simply my sons and my marriage. I know it's sort of trite, easy to do, but I probably would have had a different life had I not met Jessica, and then had we not had Neil, and then had we not had Nick. Each one of those events was very significant for me and changed me. Not to the point in which I'm no longer myself. I mean, sometimes I suppress some of the selfish urges that we all have, and hopefully for the benefit of the people that are here beside me. But I think that's the goal of any father, any parent, any spouse, at least. That's my feeling. I think because of who they are, they inspire me to do so. I mean, even if I necessarily wasn't 100% committed to doing that, who they are, what they can be, and the possibilities that exist for both my wife and my sons are as far as I'm concerned, are greater than the possibilities that exist for me. Now, that's sort of like one of those things where that triggers Jessica. That being said, I mean, maybe it should, and maybe I shouldn't look at myself that way, but that's just who I am. I don't think I could do the job that I do every day if that wasn't who I was. I don't think I could be anything close to who I am or who I believe myself to be without that key characteristic. So, although I say, I can dismiss that, I really can't. And probably one of the biggest things is that all the life events that have gone into creating that nature in myself, I can't deny they were although painful. The fact that I came out the other side means that I was able to do it and able to keep going. So
I would say there's 2 successes in your life that don't retain to. Oh crap!
Anybody else want any chips?
No.
I would say there's 2 successes that you have had in your life.
No chips?
That I guess would pertain to us, that you could say would also count towards us. Our mom.
Also counts towards us.
Well, pertains to mom more specifically. Okay. I would say becoming a teacher.
Excuse me.
And owning the very first business that you had.
Okay.
No matter whether that, I think we've talked about it out here before. That I used to own when I was in 1st, 2nd grade. Was it?
You were in.
I was in
grade.
I was in elementary school, first grade. They used to own a business called Station X99. It was kind of I believe we talked about it before. It was kind of a video game play where you sit down and play. And I would say, even though it didn't last, I still would say that is a success to say that you had a place to say, I own this place and it is my business. I would say that's success. Even though it did go under, I would say that no matter what, I mean, you learn from mistakes in your past, and I feel, and even though I mean,
But wait,
huh?
you can learn from mistakes in your past. That does not mean that you will always learn.
You can choose to. But I believe those 2 are successes that you could that pertain to you. I mean, what you always
Well,
want.
thank you, son. I mean, that's the most. I mean, I can't honestly say that. I can't honestly say there's anything more pleasant than hear your son echo what would be your greatest accomplishments for you.
But I would say that.
But then I fall back to my greatest accomplished comment, numero uno and dos. I mean, thank you, but there's a reason why you're one of the successes in my life.
Now it comes down to you.
Comes down to who?
You.
Me?
What are you gonna say?
Well,
Because again, I would say that there's some successes in your life that you may not, that you could touch on.
you haven't even let me talk yet.
I let Dad talk, and I thought he was gonna say some of the things I said, but he didn't.
Well, I would actually 100% agree with John that our marriage and our children are some of the biggest successes that I can count in my life. Being married is not an easy thing
No.
at all. And we've been married 18 years, and that's not easy. Hi, puppy. So that takes work. It's an ongoing effort, and you know, Neil's almost 18.
Yeah, you know.
He's a high school senior, but he's taking college classes this semester.
Yeah.
Not many high school seniors can say they're taking college classes. He's done an amazing job there. He's an amazing kid. We always get compliments on Neil. Nick is a really sweet kid himself. He's sitting over here in the corner eating soup. So, Buttercup, please get down. So Nick still has some years left to go, but he is a good kid. But as far as personal successes go, things that I've done or things that I'm proud of, you know, I'm proud of Station X99, like Neil said. I'm proud of, you know, John and I started a publishing company to publish books that I've written and we've written together. Actually, the only published book we've done so far is the cookbook for Omnis Vegan. We did publish that ourselves out of our imprint. We named our business somewhat after our children. Our publishing company is PANN, P-A-N-N Publishing, and those are Neil and Nick's initials. P-A are their middle initials. So we did name our publishing company after their initials. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of. I'm also published. I was published in a short story anthology last year. Or was that earlier this year? Last year? Last fall? I don't remember.
That would be 2017.
2016 or 17?
So, I think.
This spring?
I think so.
Okay, whenever it was published. I was published in that. I think it was last fall. It was right before Christmas.
I
don't know. Whenever it was.
No, because
I was published. I have completed actually 3 or 4 novels I've written. Nothing's been published there, but I have completed writing them. I really enjoy writing. It's one of my hobbies. We've
besides YouTubing, rather.
We've got 3 YouTube channels that we run. This one, I have a beauty channel and we have a vlog channel. So, there's three YouTube channels that we run. I work a full-time job.
It's more them. It's more them than us.
And than
we. And it's more her than them.
Yeah. I do not lay claim to the beauty channel, although I participate.
And my father comments. He comments and he participates.
He comments on the he's the Omnis Vegan commenter. Normally, every once in a while I will jump in, but for the most part he's taken over that role.
I do not actively do anything for the blog, your blog, that is of note.
Continue with you said YouTube.
I've done a lot of wacky crap.
Oh, God. You're such crazy.
I tell Neil, I tell Nick this too, but he's not quite there.
Yeah.
But I do tell Neil that you can pretty much accomplish almost anything if you put your mind to it. The goal is to don't make excuses, make a goal, and work towards it. So, I said we were going to start Omnis Vegan. I came up with a plan. I planned it all out. To this day, I still primarily plan Omnis Vegan. John and I will go grocery shopping and find the taste test food or whatever. But as far as like the mukbangs, the topics, we'd love your input. If you have any topics you want us to discuss or any foods you want us to eat, let us know in the comment section down below. But barring any recommendations, usually I help to come up with the topics and what we're going to eat and so on and so forth. John usually cooks, so he is the cook in the family, not me. But I'm going off on a tangent on YouTube. I'm going to stop that now. Anyway, I've continued doing the writing thing. I've been doing the writing thing for about 4 years. Before that, I was really focused on my career. Really focused on getting promoted, getting higher up, more pay, more responsibility, etc. I don't know if I've ever mentioned on this channel, but for 4 years I commuted from central Pennsylvania to Washington, D.C. to work. That's not easy, but you do what you need to support your family. And that was the time actually while John was going to college and he was home with Nicholas. John was a stay-at-home father, and it's another thing I think is something that he succeeded at that a lot of people don't. Is that he was a stay-at-home father for Nicholas. I stayed home with Neil and went to school. And when Nick was a baby, John stayed home and went to school. So he had some part-time work, but the primary source of income was me while he was going to school. I'm proud to say I was able to do that, able to support my family and work to make sure that we kept a roof over our heads and food in our bellies and everything like that. And start the writing. I started the writing thing while I was in DC. I don't know. In the 20s, I really spent most of my. I'm in my late 30s. During my 20s, I really spent a good chunk of my time just trying to succeed in my career, and I was pretty successful over those years.
Aren't you 29?
I will always be 29. I told Neil on my 29th birthday this was the last birthday I'd ever have, and he's like, "No, you have a birthday every year, Mom," because he was just a 10-year-old. He was Nick's age when I turned 29. Actually, no, he was a year younger than Nick. But he's like, I said, no, I'll just be celebrating the anniversary of my 29th birthday every year, which is what I did. But we actually started. I keep forgetting we started Station X when I was in my 20s. You were in your 20s too, because it was before Nick was born. So we started our first business in our 20s. We started our second business in our 30s. Maybe we'll start our third business in our 40s. Well, technically, YouTube's a business. I mean, we run it. As a business. So YouTube's our third business. I can't wait to see what our fourth business is. Maybe our fourth business will be a restaurant. This guy wants to be a restaurateur, and so does his brother. And we actually have a nephew who loves to cook. Like, he's in high school and he's taking cooking classes. And I don't think it's just because of the girls. So he really likes to cook. He likes to help cooking. He's a very good cook. So I think he'd love to be a chef someday.
I think so.
So maybe the three of them will get together and start a restaurant. Who knows? We never know what's going to happen tomorrow. We only spend a limited number of years here on this earth, and you got to make the most of it, I guess. So, but I'm proud of a lot of things I did. Maybe one day we'll do some of our biggest disappointments because.
No, not with me on the video.
I could also tell you right now, sneak peek, if we ever do that, Station X99 was also one of my biggest disappointments. Very proud of it, very proud of opening that business, starting that business, getting it going, and everything that went along with it, but I'm also very disappointed that it didn't work out. So that is one of my biggest disappointments as well. So, why you shake your head no?
I'm not biting.
What is?
It's not.
Another one of my biggest disappointments is I'm still not published. That's a big disappointment.
Good deal.
Maybe we'll talk about that at some point.
Sometime.
What, 3 years from now?
Never. Not with me on the video, I told you.
Not winning the lottery.
I'm not there.
Anyway,
We'll go New Year's Eve.
what else you guys got? I'm gonna finish my pizza real quick here.
Well, listen, I tell you this.
I'm proud of my puppy dogs.
Medium salsa and this Tex-Mex jackfruit has caused me to start sweating a little bit. That's why I took my glasses off and I'm doing a little dab.
Should we just end the video?
Should
we just
not
end the video?
a dab, just a little dab with the paper towel.
I think we need to end the video.
Damn
And
Nicholas is a Panthers fan.
So he started dabbing for real.
So,
Cam Newton stopped dabbing. He stopped the dabbing. He said it wasn't fun anymore.
Anyhow,
Being 18, I guess, I'll just go with that, as well as being a success and not being...
okay.
Because I feel like a lot of people at 18 just are a little frantic at what they're doing, or they don't know what to do. Especially in, I feel like today's world and how things are going, at least from my perspective, a lot of people around me do not have a real plan on what they're doing.
Do you?
No, not really. But I think in retrospect, I can agree to that. I can definitely agree to that because a lot of people I know, a number of people I know have take a gap year. Like a good number of my friends, or at least a chunk of them, a good couple of them, have taken a gap year or just have worked a year and then gone to school.
that's a gap year.
Still, yeah.
It's the definition of a gap year.
Whatever. Okay, what do you do? Thank you. Wonderful. Hey, hats off to you. But
Okay, finish your thought.
but I definitely think making to 18, at least having some sort of plan. I'm not 100% stamping on it, but at least I have some sort of plan, a way I want to go. I'm not looking around thinking, what am I gonna do with all these options in front of me. I definitely think I have a road to walk down in terms of future and what I plan to do and what I want to do, and whether it's successful or not is going to come down to me and how I want to do it. I mean, at the moment, is there classes or things I would want to do that I'm not doing? Yeah, I'll agree to that. I definitely think there's different classes that if I had put myself on the list or signed up for earlier, I would have had a much better time doing those classes at this point in time and having a better signal of what I wanted to do than what I'm doing now. Because as for myself, as my mother said, I do want to go into business. I have definitely flip-flopped around in the past years of what I've wanted to do, of what I want to do as a career. As much as I like writing, as much as friends around me and my mother and father in particular have said that my writing is good, or at least I'm good at writing, I just don't see myself being driven enough to write constantly. I don't think I have my mother's kind of determination to finish a work, because I definitely have at least 2 novel-worthy stories that I could definitely finish, but I choose not to because I don't have that kind of feeling. I don't have that ability to think of every detail, or even have the ability.
It takes a lot of dedication.
And exactly, and right now, in particular, I think I've hit a wall with it, because specifically due to the fact that I have a job, that I work at least 5 days a week, 4 to 5 days a week. I have school that I need to keep up with. I've definitely hit a wall in terms of me multitasking and taking care of writing. Yeah, I definitely think I would say successfully being 18 and having at least a plan and a road to where I want to go, I would say is a success, because I definitely think looking around at other people, I definitely worry for my friends, some of my friends that definitely don't have that option of what they want to do or how they want to be when they grow up. So I definitely think that it's a kind of a successful moment for me in terms of I want to do this and I want to try and get it done.
Okay.
That's good.
On that note, I think we'll end the mukbang today, because we've eaten all our food, and
That's not a surprise.
overall, I think my last thing I want to just add is just, if you think that you don't have a lot to be successful, or a lot to be proud of, or a lot of successes in your life, I just want to say that you probably want to just consider a little bit more, because almost anything can be a success.
Yeah.
I mean, it really can.
And that just goes along the idea that almost anything can be, even the most
Mundane things can be a success.
mundane things.
Today, I did not want to go to work at all. I got up, I got ready, I went to work, and I made it the whole day without quitting my job and without leaving early.
Oh, you do that too?
I claim that as a success today.
Some days it is a success.
Because there's some stuff at my job this week that's been very stressful. I've got a pain in my shoulder that just won't go away this week. Too much stress. So I count going to work today a success for me.
My grandfather considered every day that you got up a success. He believed that life in itself, because he came from a different time period where people's lives were definitely much more fragile. There was not the health care. There was not the things that are available to us. He considered being able to get up and freely move about his day a success. And that's, if you think about it, where we've come from as a society. I mean, that's literally, there were times in our society where, you know, you could get up, but you may not have anything to eat that day.
Yeah.
I mean,
My grandmother told us stories that she would go a day or two without food sometimes, or she'd eat like an onion sandwich because
Yeah.
that's all they could afford is an
Yeah.
onion, and they'd cut it up, and you know, all of her sisters would share
A slice.
a slice of an onion.
Yeah, and it depended on how. I mean, and as somebody who decided at Neil's age to try an onion sandwich, listen, if you're ever bored, I also tried a tomato sandwich.
I could see a tomato sandwich.
I tried a tomato onion sandwich. They all sucked.
I don't like onions.
I
I would
mean-
not live if I had an
Actually,
onion
you know
sandwich.
what? The onion sandwich wasn't too bad. I'm not gonna lie. Every once in a while, if you get a good onion, I could see
As
eating it.
my grandfather says, Jersey onions are the best.
Yeah, well,
Or Jersey tomatoes.
Jersey tomatoes.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Pap, if you're watching this. Jersey tomatoes.
You know, listen, I still can't eat a whole tomato sandwich, but an onion sandwich I could do.
I could do a tomato sandwich. I
Yeah.
like tomatoes. Amazingly, I like something. I like tomatoes.
So
Oh,
I think for that, onions and tomato sandwiches.
We're gonna leave off.
What's your favorite kind of sandwich?
Anyway, so this has been a Monday Mukbang. If you have any comments, of course, as we've said before, leave them down in the description, whether it's just a simple comment or something you want us to say or give opinion about, or just a food that you'd like us to try, whether it's a taste test or a
What
mukbang,
successes would you like to share?
or that as well.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. That's personal. I think.
Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, the bell if you want to get notified on any other videos that are coming up.
But sometimes that doesn't work.
And so hit the subscribe button and maybe that'll work.
Yeah, who knows?
Jeez.
So either way, you know, we got one plan and then the backup plan. in
I've
case
heard
that fails.
some YouTubers say on their TV, on their shows, or their videos, you have to hit the bell, unhit the bell, and then re-hit the bell for it to actually work.
What?
But then I get notifications for people that I'm not even subscribed to, so I don't know what's going on there.
Good job, YouTube.
Good job, YouTube. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this Monday Mukbang, and we will see you next time on Omnis Vegan.
David.
Bye.
Dabbing for real. Dabbing.